Well, let's welcome Republican Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis. Great to see you. Fed renovations began 8 years ago. This building we're talking about was finished 5 years ago, but shouldn't it be included in the overall cost?
Absolutely. I mean, it's part of the cost. And the fact that Jerome Powell is trying to debate that with the president on live television, it was a very embarrassing moment for Powell. And I think it just shows that he is incompetent, that he doesn't know what's going on. And, you know, it's not the only thing that has driven up the cost. This may be driving up the cost of construction at the Federal Reserve, but he is driving up the cost of interest rates, the interest that the American taxpayers are paying on debt. It's about going to be about $1 trillion this year alone that the American taxpayer paying on the debt because he will not reduce those interest rates. And it has an impact on everyday Americans in terms of their credit cards, their loans on cars, their mortgages. So it's past time. These interest rates, by the way, were set when we had a 9% inflation under Joe Biden. For whatever reason, Jerome Powell doesn't want to reduce that, and it's hurting everyday Americans.
Yeah, he had that look on his face that of someone who'd rather have a root canal at that moment. But let me move on to this. President Obama's former chair of the Global Development Council, economist Mohamed El-Erian, blasting Fed Chair Powell on Kudlow just moments ago. Listen to this.
But I've never called on him to resign until now. Why? Well, I've been critical because of his monetary policy mistakes, letting inflation go all the way up and being late in raising interest rates, supervision mistakes, communication mistakes, and the list goes on. But now, the longer he stays at the Fed, the more he threatens something that is very essential for our economic well-being, and that's the independence of the Fed.
So is Powell pretending here, Congresswoman? I mean, you know, Trump has been very vocal in wanting him to resign or be fired. I feel like the president is backing off a little now, but what's your take?
Oh, I've said that it would be better off if he left for the reasons I mentioned before. I think he has it's what this gentleman just said. So obviously he's getting bipartisan criticism. But in addition to that, it's the impact that his refusal to lower the interest rates, which we think is past due, is having on the American taxpayer and the American consumer.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, isn't it? But bottom line, Congresswoman, this is just another example here of the Trump administration trying to cut costs, and even Jay Powell is trying to squirm his way out of the total cost of these renovations. And the fact that it's been done so transparently, I think, is another promise being kept by the president.
Absolutely right. The president is looking out for the hardworking, tax-paying American, once again, the small businesses that are looking for access to capital, the people, the consumers who are trying to purchase their first home or get a car for their family. Those are the people that are getting hurt by this guy. And the fact that he doesn't even know what the cost has been, the cost is of renovations in his own building that he has been, you know, residing in terms of his office space for the last 8 years is really problematic.
It is indeed. We'll have to leave it there. But Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, thank you so much, as always, for joining us. We do appreciate it.